And we're back. Welcome in, people. I am hoping this stream goes better than the last one. Oh my gosh, Fire Giant was absolute torture. Now, I realize that we're here in consecrated snowfields, and there are a few more things that we could do, but I actually want to tackle just a few simple things that will help us along in the game. Welcome to the stream, Brittle Lizard. So, among other things, I would kind of like to visit a few of these wandering mausoleums. So, the way these things work is that you have to knock the little skull crust off two of their legs in order to... Oh, come on. That is crouching. Yeah, we gotta be careful here. In order to get them to stop bouncing around, you have to knock the little crusties off their legs. And unfortunately, this one and the other one that we'll be visiting right after this yes, okay. This one and the one that we'll be visiting right after this have a habit of trying to jump on you. Which is not a comfortable experience, especially since I'm pretty sure it's instant death. But the reason that we're going to these things is that I want to duplicate a couple of remembrances. And you may ask why? Or you may not. I'm going to tell you either way. The remembrances that we'll be duplicating give us 30,000 runes apiece. And with a few spare remembrances, we can start bringing up our overall stats. We're going to invest in faith a bit more. So, okay, that's 38 faith that we need for that one. Now, these mausoleums are one-time things. That's what I thought. I knew there couldn't be... I knew there had to be at least one more skull crusty on this leg. Oh, come on. Why are you trying to squish me? I'm just trying to make you stop walking. I think that might be it. Yep. And the reason that I'm going after these two specific mausoleums is that these ones can only duplicate certain remembrances, and I'm holding off on making a decision that will affect what remembrance I decide to duplicate in remembrance I decide to duplicate in the other ones. But this is just a nice, easy, relatively safe way of grabbing tens of thousands of runes.
Spoken echo, shall I share them? In Marika's own words, the Earth Tree governs all. The choice is thine. Bitter wallow at the fringes. A powerless upstart.
Okay, we don't need the twiggy cracked tier at the moment. And now we're going to go somewhere that up to this point I've kind of avoided. But I probably shouldn't have, because in hindsight there's been a sacred tier up here that we just haven't gotten this entire playthrough. And all it requires is a couple minutes of dealing with a really annoying enemy. Oh. I didn't realize. Wait, am I not in cover? Huh. Well, apparently I wasn't in cover. I thought I was. So yeah, that thing up there is a frenzied flame. Okay, we're just gonna leave the rats. They are being troublesome, and I don't really want to deal with it. Oh my, that got very framey for a second there. So yeah, we also could have had Howl of Shabriri for a while now, but I didn't really feel like it was necessary, and there's a chance that it causes damage, so I decided to play it safe. And by killing everyone at the top of this tower, we get rid of that frenzied flame. There we go. Those guys are really annoying. But at least I learned about the Spirit Spring right there in a random short a while back. Because it's such a pain to try and climb that tower from a frontal approach. Like, it's so bad. There's also that tower, which I think has a couple of spells that we can't use in it. It might also have a memory stone, but either way, we don't need it. Jeez, why is it getting so framey? Oh no, I don't like that. I think I'd rather have it occasionally get framey than play on noticeably lower settings. So yeah, there are all these people. There is really no reason to bother with them. And now we are going to run past one of the most annoying NPC invaders in the entire game. Hi, Festering Fingerprint Fight. Before fighting you, I'm going to touch grass, okay? Okay, thanks, bye. I'll be honest, that was one of the easiest Vike fights I've ever had. I think it's because NPCs struggle to dodge. The Regal Omen Bairn. Okay, so our flasks are at plus 12. That's good, because I think plus 13 is the maximum. I could be wrong. I've never bothered to look it up. I just think I heard it somewhere. Anyway, that's nice to pick up. I can't recall if I've ever gone over in this direction. Interestingly, beating Vike is a requirement for one specific ending. Oh, so that's where you get that spell. I've heard about that one a few times before. And here are some frenzied flowers. And here's a graveyard where we can pick up some nice little runes. Okay, I think I did come this way once. I don't know why I'm pausing so long between using this. Unlike Fire Giant, these guys aren't that much of a threat. Well, anyway. Okay, now I need to try and remember what the next thing I was planning to do was. I think it might have been heading to the Halig tree. Hi, Blythe. You know what, Blythe? I have no reason to fight you, so I am just going to leave you here. So, unfortunately, here, I'll show you a different example. After we have progressed Ronnie's questline to a certain point,
oh, there. Have you heard? Along that it would not as
hang on.
You. My perp I've served. It has been a long now, lady. I pray that you.
I'm going to take a quick rest.
Well, as war. Lady Rani, along that now, lady. I pray that you.
That's weird. So normally, Black Knife assassins come and kill both E.G. and Blythe. But I guess because I didn't progress certain parts of the quest line, maybe that just didn't happen. I mean, I don't mind it. I like both of their characters. Blythe kills off the people who come to kill him, and, well, apparently I just didn't progress things with E.G. Also, this is a complete side note, but I do wonder about a few of these locations that just don't seem to be part of the map. Like, or that seem to be covered up on the map, or that we never visit but seem to be very specifically represented. And I've wondered for a while if they might play some part in the DLC. It doesn't seem like they will, but I mean, just look at this, for example. You've got a rock in the middle of what seems to be a whirlpool. It's hard to imagine that there weren't, at some point, plans for some of these islands or clouded areas to be part of the DLC. Anyway. You know what? Let's go complete Latenna's quest. We'll start it and complete it almost instantly. It'll be nice. Oh. Interesting. I wonder if we can still complete her quest. Or if her dying of natural causes means that we don't. She's supposed to be the one to point you toward Castle Sol to get the other half of the Halig Tree Medallion. I just ran right in front of a wolfback archer. Anyway, there's one of those wandering mausoleums, by far the most dangerous one. Because it has artillery, okay? And I don't know a reliable way to avoid its artillery other than just running under it. Which isn't the worst idea, but it isn't the most pleasant one either. And for some reason, when I touch the site of grace here at this place, I always seem to get hit as I rest at it. See? See? Once you rest at it, the game realizes that you're technically out of range. Yeah, okay, I guess I just can't do Latenna's quest line. Also, for some reason, I thought there was a crystal tear, or a sacred tear there. But it seems like that might not be the case. Oh, I didn't know there were all these St. Trina's lilies here. That is nice, because I don't know how many of those we had, and we're going to want those for a different fight later on. Now, with that in mind, we are going to head along the edge here a little ways. I went the wrong direction. Oh my, those frames. We're not going to bother that bear. That bear has enough on his plate. As has that one. But that waygate right there is something that we want. So many rune bears. So we're about to get invaded by the Sanguine Noble. And there is a lovely little cheese for this guy. And there it is. So by killing him, we activate that warp gate. Which leads us somewhere that we could have gotten otherwise, but I didn't really bother because I didn't feel like doing invasions. So this leads us to a secret underground area that houses Mogwin Palace, where another of the Shard Bearers lives. And I'm gonna be upfront, I don't really have plans to fight Moog. He gives a lot of runes, but he's got like 60% holy resistance or something. And I just don't feel like dealing with him. However, there are a number of useful things down here. Not limited to some very chonky runes. Assuming you're prepared to dodge a lot of blood albuminals. Oh, I think I just ran over a crab. This is also the best rune farming area in the game. Not down here specifically, that place up at the top where there were all of those Albinarics taking a nap. But I mean, seriously. Just look at the number of golden runes we've gotten from running around in this area. And there's the site of grace. I knew there was one around here. But even without actively farming runes, which isn't something that I have a plan to do, but I still might hypothetically do, if I decide that it is necessary. We're going to warp back. So if I decide that it's necessary to farm for levels, then we'll be coming back here to kill off these guys by the score and pick up a lot of runes from them, just because everything in this area drops an inordinate amount of runes when it dies. Why can I not ride Torrent here? Oh! Dang! That guy did a lot of damage. Also, I honestly didn't know that there was an invasion there. We are going back, though, because there's a talisman in that area that I want to grab. Nice. That wasn't too bad. Wait, aren't there more of you? For some reason I thought there might be something back there. So I don't know the exact location of the talisman that we're looking for over here, but I'm reasonably confident we'll find it. Oh, there it is. I forgot there was one up a tree. And I didn't know that there was a golden seed here either. Oh, come on. There's another of those invaders. I'm reasonably confident that once I get away from that area, he will die. Or he will vanish. So we just kind of have to keep running. I never noticed this tree before. This is interesting. Yeah, that's fine. I knew there were multiple of them. Oh, right, I can't summon Torrent here. You know what? We won't bother with those runes. It's only 6,000. That's just not much at this point in the game. I do think that there are a couple of decent runes inside the Mogwin Palace. So there's something over here as well. Stone sword key. Okay, probably not worth it. Anyway, you notice how I'm gaining runes literally just by running through here because some of these guys self-destruct in an attempt to kill me. There's like a sanguine noble that pops out of the ground somewhere in here. There you are. See, the counterplay to this guy is to ignore him and run through like he's not there. Yeah, it's a really difficult dungeon. The thing is, this area is fully possible to reach very early in the game. And if you do that, you will just get absolutely mangled, so it is kind of lucky that you can get almost everything here by just running through. This is even the earliest that you can get a somber ancient dragon smithing stone. There is a chest up on that pedestal. You can just barely see it there. Right there. That chest contains a smithing stone for a max level upgrade to a somber weapon. Now, we don't have a somber weapon. Well, I mean, we have our... we have our... whatchamacallit... our seal. But that's about it. Yeah, speaking of which... I wonder if we can upgrade our seal now. Maybe E.G. doesn't die until after Blythe does. So we don't have a Somber 9 just yet. Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure I know where we could get one. Yeah, why not? So yeah, after the extensive stress of the last stream, y'all can kind of tell I'm taking things at a bit of a relaxed pace today. We have... I don't know why the sound keeps glitching out. We have some stuff to do for progress. But it's not like priority number 1. And I want to make sure we take care of a few things before we potentially lock ourselves out of them later in the game. There we go, Somber 9.
Greeting.
So yeah, we could get a Somber 10, but we really don't need it. And I kind of plan to save at least one Somber 10. There is another seal that I'd kind of like to have, but I don't know if we'll get. So, yeah. Now, we are going to go and track down a spell. Okay, we head west. Down the stairs, take the elevator, north to the stairs. Down the stairs. So this hint tells us to use a specific spell that we don't currently have because I've never bothered to get it because we aren't pursuing that ending, but it reveals some lore stuff. I didn't see the other dude. I just wanted to find out what that was. Oh, wait. I think I remember this vaguely. Yeah, it's this guy. Oh, that is a Crucible Knight. I don't particularly want to fight a Crucible Knight. I wonder if he'll just go back the way he came. In case we have to deal with him, I would kind of like a means of parrying. Also, if we jump down there, we can get a really fancy weapon. Yes. Okay, bye. Yeah, I have no interest in fighting a Crucible Knight with tools. They're already some of my least favorite enemies in the game, and parries don't stun them long enough to let me use quite literally any of my tools, I think. Maybe the bell. Maybe if I was willing to parry into the bell over and over again, that would be one thing, but the really troubling part of it is, I'm not willing to parry over and over again. For damage with the bell. Okay, we got Barrier of Gold, which I'm pretty sure is the only thing that I was really worried about locking myself out of, because that disappears with a state change of the area in a little bit farther in the game. Goodbye. Also, I can never remember how to get up to that place. There's a way but I don't remember what it is. Okay, next order of business. We are going to go and fight this guy. So the reason I'm bothering with this is because I've decided that we're hitting that point in the game where I would really like to have all of my flasks. And the easiest way to get a hold of extra flasks at the moment is kind of just running back to the areas where I absolutely know those guys are. Because those guys almost always drop extra flasks. With that in mind, though, we got a decent number of runes from that one. Oh. I believe that is the maximum number of flasks. 14, yes. Speaking of flasks, though, we will bump one extra one to red. So we need a little over 40,000 runes in order to level up. A little over 40,000 more than we currently had. That should do it. I think. Dang it, we're like 100, we're 150 short. Thank you for the hydrate, Riddle Lizard. Okay, next order of business. We're going to do some Volcano Manor hits. Now, I kind of expect these to not be too bad since we've got a pretty thoroughly upgraded Omen Bairn. Oh, hey, it's this guy. This guy tells you about the trick to killing Rykard.
Here to put the demigods to the sword. Then please, kill the great serpent, the one that devoured Praetor Rykard. Worthy tarnished. Brandish the spear and run him through the great serpent. That unspeakable monstrosity.
I always find it interesting to take a look at this guy because I imagine that he is one of Rykard's soldiers.
Praetor Rykard's ambitions, though blasphemous, marked him a worthy sovereign, whatever that thing is.
Oh, I skipped through some of the dialogue that I didn't need to.
Rykard, someone must kill him to spare him and his ambitions from further dishonor. Worthy tarnished. I left the serpent-slaying spear in the Lord's chamber. It is the only thing that can kill that horror. Run it through.
Oh, have I not agreed to serve Tanith yet? Hang on. Hello.
I am Tanrias, a warrior, perhaps. Will you join? Why accept? Rise with us. Interesting. Now you believe the drawing room, but be sure. The drawing room. Use the key.
So yeah, I believe now that we've signed on, patches will be here. Which is cool.
Well, I don't believe it here. I thought good though. We'll do good. Oh, and of patches important. Are you surprised? I thought I could. Not to men. I guess I'm even after I've never seen.
That said, I don't think that he really has anything that we need. Because we can't use fan daggers in this run. We already bought Margit's shackle and all of his gold pickled foul foots. I guess we could at some point want a stone sword key, but even then I don't think we need it. There is an invisible wall there that we can break. I should have demonstrated breaking, destroying a breakable wall with Margit's shackle. Anyway, now that we've joined the house, we can say hi to Raya.
Brave Thunder Lady. Brave Thunder Lady.
Who are you, and what in heaven's name are you doing here? The Volcano Manor is a pit of... I hope you understand. Well, as long as you understand what you're saying. But before you consider hunting any of your... This blasphemous, before you consider...
So this guy is the reason that I want to make sure we do this. Because I'm not sure how the details of his quest work. But... I believe we need to get him to show up in Farum Azula if we want a certain item that we might want. I'm not going to say that we do, because it involves beating a boss that I really want to avoid. But we might. And there you are. Okay. So that should have broken any other invisible walls nearby. And now that we have our Volcano Manor instructions, let's go ahead and take on a couple of hits. Normally I don't go out of my way, I wouldn't go out of my way to do the Volcano Manor hits, just because, I mean, I like to play this as an RPG, and, well, a lot of the time it doesn't really fit my character. In my first run, I couldn't find the secret entrance to the Volcano Manor dungeon. And so I eventually just did all of the hits. By which time I was about 40 levels past where I should have been for doing the Volcano Manor stuff, and the entire ordeal became the entire final boss fight became trivial as a result of it. Anyway. Oh. Hang on, I just remembered. There's an invader that pops up when we come this way as well, I think. Huh. Maybe it doesn't pop up if the invasion sign is here for us. So we will invade Old Knight Istvan real quick. I am impressed. Come on, go for the Ash of War. Thank you. Bye, Istvan. I have no particular bad feelings towards you, but I kind of needed to do the invasions. Oh, welcome to the stream, Rafkin. Glad you could be here. We are committing murder. Like, I honestly can't summarize it better. We're about to get a bunch of hits on a bunch of different people.
Did you read that is the time? You will become if you are low, but you must leave. This is a we have no plan. You've completed. I am. This is. Never forget the way it is the truth. Now you are. I am pleased.
Okay, so now I'm pretty sure if we go and talk to Patches, he'll give us a quest. He'll give us a hit.
This? You're new here, but if you relax, go on.
So that'll give us a hit. I don't know if we ever progressed Hoslow's quest either. That'll give us a hit.
So, then I shall banal recusant. Why not add? You've come to take the recuse, to raise the we recuse. Or you can. Well, until we meet again.
Have you any something? Oh, it just is. Sometime like. Oh.
You know, sound was glitching out earlier and I did not... And yet my mic didn't cut out any of the times that I looked at it, but I guess it cut out since then. I wonder how long that was going on. So yeah, this is Greathorn Tragoth, who you can actually summon to help you with this fight. We're not going to do that, because I really don't think we need to. We are just going to fight a dragon real quick. Luckily, headshots are kind of easy with this. Yeah, Makar is far from the hardest fight. Yeah. Also, welcome to the stream, Steve. Yeah, Regal Omen Bairn is amazing for, like, all of the bosses that you were supposed to encounter before you got it. So that's a neat trick that the game decided. That's a neat mechanic that the game decided to roll with. Anyway, time to murder Tragoth. Look, Tragoth is a great dude, but I might at some point need his armor. Especially for the late game stuff where the Omen armor won't be as necessary because of bosses with 80% holy resist, making the Omen Bairns completely useless. Of course, doing Bernal's hit, I think, is more important. Because I'm not sure what the... So, I guess I can explain. There is one specific tool that could be very helpful in one particular boss fight that would otherwise be horrific, that will otherwise be pretty horrible, most likely. So, at the end of the next area that we're going to unlock, Faramazula, we will encounter a boss called Malekith. And Malekith is the first of a few bosses that have 80% holy resistance, meaning the Omen Bairns will be a complete waste of time and FP on him. And I don't know how much trouble it will be to kill him with just the Ancestral Infant Head. But there is a tool specifically for the Malekith fight, sort of similar to how there's a tool for Morgott and another one for Moog. Oh right, I remember this place. Hi, Mr. Troll. So yeah, similar to how there's a tool specifically for Morgott and Moog, there is a tool... Wait, what the heck? How did that get removed? There is a tool specifically for Malekith, but it can only be unlocked by progressing Bernal's quest line. My current plan is to see if just progressing his quest to the point where he, to the point where we do a joint hit with him will give us enough progress. Or at the very least to the point where he leaves Volcano Manor. Well, see, that's the trouble, though. I really don't want to have to progress things to the point where he leaves Volcano Manor, because that would mean fighting Rykard with our current setup, and I don't think that would go especially well. Because Rykard has more than double the health of Fire Giant. But one way or another, I want to unlock the path to Rykard and see how it works out. Alright, bye Riley the Idol. Oh, that's where we get Creepus's vial. I had forgotten that. So yeah, late game there is a somewhat decent chance that
I see here is your now of the true.
Now that right there is a cool item.
The urge, but it was all the tarnish like the shower lord. If the earth, then we are willing to raise. We at the if you follow lords, you cannot.
Okay, anyway. I want to be ready to fight Rykard if I need to. Oh, let's go say hi to... Wait. Is Raya vanished? Nope, she's here. Hi, Raya.
Brave Tarnished, I'm afraid this is not a guest room. What's that peculiar look upon your face? Goodness, am I still a serpent? Oh, how dreadful.
So yeah, this is Raya.
How dreadful indeed. Oh, forgive my distress.
She's nice,
I ought to
though.
be thanking you for treating me as usual, despite this appearance. Brave Tarnished, this...
I mean, if
is
you're
my
into
true
tall
form.
women, you know.
My real name is Zarias. Please forgive the deception. Do understand. This duplicity is my own doing. Lady Tanith speaks no falsehoods. And the Volcano Manor is
For a second there, a note in-game made me think my phone was going off.
Lady Tanith is my mother. I am told I was born by the grace of a glorious king, that my mother cherishes this form I inhabit. I am proud of what I am, but people are cruel. If they saw my true form, they wouldn't speak to me, and so I assume a guise when seeking new recruits. But you are not like the rest. My serpent were secrets. Now I share this. Please keep them.
Alright, Raya.
Look at you. I knew you'd take this. A special invitation to hunt some of the first. If you should accept, you're still a... Well...
Alright. You know what? Before we do that, we are going to spend some spare runes and level up. But yeah, basically, if we have to face Rykard, I want to have the path already opened. And also, I figured this would be a way to snag a few potentially useful items. Okay, we're sitting at 35 vigor. Yeah, we're gonna keep leveling faith. Roughly 5,000. There we go. Is that enough? I probably should have checked. No, we need... Oh, just over 800. You know what? We can... There are enemies just outside. You know one other thing that I've never managed to learn? I don't know where Patches goes after... Oh wait, that is not Golden Vow. Alright. I've never learned where Patches winds up after you clear everyone out of Volcano Manor. I assume he does go somewhere else in the world because he's got a shop with at least one item that you can't buy anywhere else. But I could be wrong. This is always a possibility. Alright, so the hit we got from Lady Tanith is up here for Juno Hoslow. The one we got for Bernal is over here. Vagrum. So... I think it's slightly faster to approach from the West Capitol rampart. It's definitely nice that the Regal Omen Bairn is good against NPC-style enemies. Sanctified wet blade, and a really cool weapon. As crazy as it is, that hammer is a genuinely strong and effective weapon, and it's just called hammer. So yeah, this is the real world parallel of the round table hold. The room where we meet with the two fingers. Oh, I thought this was locked for some reason. So yeah, this has an Elden throne. And the coated sword, which is a cool weapon, but not the best one. It scales really well with faith, but even with amazing scaling, it doesn't necessarily do amazing damage. But it is a snazzy one. If you're only leveling faith, for example, you'll probably want to try it out. Or if you're heavily emphasizing faith for like an incantation build. And you run into an enemy that you'd really like a weapon for. The coated sword and the equivalent fist weapon that I can't remember the name of at the moment are strong choices because all they require is faith, at least for the most part. Maybe the coated sword has some strength or dex involved. And they scale well with it. Oh, hello. Got a painting. One of these days on my main file, I'll go through and actually find all of the places that the paintings point to. So yeah, right there is the invasion mark. We'll take care of that in a minute here. What's these guys? Hi. Okay, well, anyway, let's invade. he wielding... Is he wielding the Godslayer Greatblade? He is. Dang it. Unfortunately, Bernal pretty much never carries his weight in this fight, I've found. Like, I've just never seen him do well here. And that does make it a little bit tricky. I guess, how about this time around we try going after... We try focusing the sorcerer dude instead. Maybe Bernal... There we go. Okay, so Bernal could somewhat hold his own against the other dude, but he just couldn't do meaningful damage to the sorcerer. I'm kind of surprised that he doesn't show up here for you to, like, have a conversation with or anything. Oh, you can open these doors. I can't remember if I'd ever done that before. Oh, yes, I have. Wait, why can't I pull the lever? I remember this area. Oh, I love cheesing bosses. Or, well, enemies. Hello there. I'm going to kind of just ignore you. Oh, that's where you pick up the Stormhawk axe. And I think you can get a second one from killing Nefeli if you choose to do so, but if you do, you're a horrible person. Oh. Didn't actually mean to do that. Dang it. The thing is, I don't know if there's even a reason to kill this one golem, but at the same time, I want to. Alright, let's go back to Holy Shrouding. So yeah, this guy has like a unique moveset that no other gargoyle or that no other golem has. And like an unusually large health pool and stuff. It's bizarre. It's like a mini-boss without mini-boss without giving mini-boss runes. Because it does have mini-boss health. It's got that. That's covered. What does this lead to? Melania's Tower? I can't recall. Reichard's, maybe? Like, I genuinely don't remember. I think that's Melania's Tower. Anyway. Oh, I just realized I never got the gift from Patches for doing his hit for him. So about 7,500 more. I think I have a rune that does 7,500, so that's nice. Keep buffing Faith for now.
You hunted? Yes, sir. Oh, it's quite... I'll give to have some red. Stingy.
And then we take a nap.
Hello again. Sharper than... I was just holding on. Here you go. Stingy.
Oh, hey, Raya.
Forgive me. I know I saw some. It entered the... If it took the... First of all, Kate, lady, I realize if you discover... The serpent, it entered the... Perhaps, if you discover...
So yeah, this is the point in her quest when we would actually have to make progress in order to get benefits.
Until we reached. You're still a... Well...
Alright, Oslo, you're next. This guy is by far the most difficult of the hits. Like, he's a genuinely challenging opponent. It doesn't help that he carries a whip, which is approximately 3 miles long. Hi, demi-humans. I'm not really here to bother you guys, so carry on. I can't remember if there's anything special about that particular outfit. Anyway, I think the demi-humans get pretty thoroughly wrecked by the bats. Juno Hoslo, Knight of Blood. Like I said, genuinely difficult. He dual wields whips, which means he hits from about 2 miles away. I wonder if there's somewhere near here that I could confuse his pathfinding a little. There we go. By Juno Hoslow, Knight of Blood. You know, he goes by Knight of Blood. I kind of wonder if he's associated with the Mogwin dynasty. Anyway, got Hoslow's Pedal Whip. Oh. There's a demi-human there. I didn't even realize. Now, let's see here. As I recall, there is a... Yeah, there's a quest that is... that you have to come to this location for. I can't remember what part of this location, but it's somewhere in these ruins. And I can't remember what it gives you. I think a talisman. And since we're here, we might as well. There you are. So yeah, we brought this jellyfish's dead sister.
No time to waste. Let's see the stars.
The seal was broken, and we got the fancy spin. The fancy spin emote. Oh, that's what's there. Okay. I vaguely remember that now. Okay. So we've done all the hits. We can go and get the Grace outside of the Reichard boss fight.
see this is your usual. Perhaps you are ready. Our Lord will... I see, but do know to follow the... in order to deflect a true... Won't you our Lord... Yes, now, I will transport...
So yeah.
Farewell then.
Once we've done all of the hits she requests of us, we can go here and presumably get eaten by we'll go with her lord. I don't think they're married, so we won't assume that, but yeah. I'll even show y'all what the inside of this boss chamber looks like. We won't go all the way in. That is the God-devouring serpent. This is the serpent hunter, which is what you're supposed to use to kill him. And he has, I believe, 130,000 hit points total. For reference, the fire giant had a little over 40,000 hit points total. So that's why I'm hoping we don't have to kill him. But if we do wind up killing him, if we do wind up having to kill him, it's going to be awful. That's the gist of it. Anyway, now that we have the grace here... Oh, hang on. Did I ever put my physic back? Yes, I did. Okay. Now that we have the grace here, we can come back here anytime. And we can hope that we never have to come back here. Because again, the whole reason that I'm even considering the idea of fighting Rykard is because... I think beating Rykard is the only way to get access to the Blasphemous Claw, which is the tool that would hopefully make Malekith a lot easier than he would otherwise be. Also, this area is a puzzle in order to clear this particular, it's a puzzle in order to clear this particular gate. Hang on. But there is technically a way to get around it. I'm just going to demonstrate how to fail this, because the last time I tried it, it took me an hour and a half to get the skip, when the challenge to get through this literally takes like 5 minutes maximum. Yeah, you can jump up and around that, and with some fairly precise inputs, you can land on the other side. We're not going to do that. We're going to go with the intended strategies, because the unintended strategies suck. So yeah, this is a unique Everjail. Among other things, the goal is not to kill an enemy, but instead to make your way through... The goal isn't to kill an enemy, instead it's to light several fires throughout the place, and there are invisible Black Knife assassins in the area, which is why I'm holding this particular torch that reveals invisible creatures. And on the roofs, there are Albinauric archers. Who are known for their high damage and incredible accuracy. Yeah, I realized that I was fat rolling. It's okay though, because we will pop out right back at the site of grace and we can kind of just go back in. Oh, another cool thing here. One of the absolute schnazziest armor sets in the game. I've found that my preferred path in this area is just going mainly across the rooftops, dropping down for the one flame that you're supposed to light on ground level. Also, I'm like 90% certain that these flames stay lit, but we will double check just to be safe. Yep, there we are. Dang it. I thought I was doing all right there. I think it would have worked out better had I gone after her from... with the... I think it would have worked out better had I used the Omen Bairns from the start. Ah, great. Okay, so there isn't a shade of a Black Knife assassin there. Huh. Anyway. I think we can save ourselves a little bit of trouble. The trouble is, these guys are pretty doable as long as you've got a good ranged option, but I do not have a good ranged option, so... I mean, like, I've got Regal Omen Bairn, which is pretty good in a lot of cases, but these guys have way more health than they can hope to justify being random people who don't have legs. Nothing against amputees, but... crap. That was close. She can only get one of those things over the edge of the roof right now. Oh, well, that was not what I meant to do. Dang it. Oh, I don't remember this Everjail being this much of a problem, but in past characters I had good... I had good ranged options. Okay, so there's one up there. But you have to be on the other side of that building to get up to. The only positive thing about those guys is that they are stationary, which means you can effectively use cover if you can find it. Sorry, the one over there has me slightly worried, especially since I wouldn't be at all surprised if there was more than one. Yeah, so a Black Knife Assassin comes after us if we go after that one. But that might be the right call, because we might want a completely different route. Wait, I think I remember how to get into that one. Right, this is it. I'm starting to see why other people hated this so bad, especially since melee only, this would be it would be really difficult to deal with those archers effectively. I imagine that you could do something with a shield, for example, but okay. Well, now we just need to make a mad dash for that one. Hi, Black Knife Assassin. Doesn't matter what you do to me now. Just like that, we gain access to the Halig Tree, which has a couple of talismans that I really want. I already got Barrier of Gold. Hang on, I don't think I have this tab open for some reason. There we are, America's Sore Seal. Right there. Oh, hang on, I've got 23,000 runes? 15 plus 20, so that's 35. Some other 13. Yeah, I should have enough to level up again. Little over 6,000. Oh, a little under 6,000. Got those backwards. So yeah, these guys all hit pretty hard, and I'm used to having around 40 vigor when I come this way. Oh, you know what? That was worth it. That was a Newman's rune. That was so worth it. I wonder what that is. You know, I imagine that I could make a lot of my life easier if I just took the time to go and get the invisibility spell from Celia. But who has time for that, you know? Come on, that's just rude. Thing is, I'm guessing that this is a rune. Oh no. I was trying to stop to drink a flask. It's amazing what wearing two different charms that both lower your defense and having only 35 vigor will do for your survivability. What the crap? How did he shoot that fast? He should have just barely realized that I was there. I mean, I spent my runes when I got here, so it's not like I'm losing anything by not having them, but... or by dying, but it is annoying to constantly die. Even if I am kind of underleveled here. Yeah, I'll try going this way. Okay. I always forget that there's a ladder there because I can never spot it. Rest at the Grace real quick. Now we're going back because I want to know what's on that altar. I hope it's runes. Oh! It did more damage than I was expecting. Maybe I'll come down from the top again. Because there was really no way for me to dodge that reliably if I couldn't see it coming. So, yeah, I guess we'll go down from the top. I don't even know why I'm putting this much effort into grabbing something that is probably like a random spell or some such that I won't be able to use for this run. I may have just managed to land on the branch below, in which case I'm probably going to get mangled by ants the second that I load back in. Yep, there are the ants. I mean, I haven't been mangled quite yet, so that's nice. Ah, that's where I go. How? Alright, I'm not trying to fight anything right now. I am going to proceed to show the utility of that one talisman that we picked up down in Mogwin Palace. Watch as I somehow manage to not get hit this time. There. This is the way that I'm supposed to go. Your thickness was in the way. And that is why I put on the talisman. I was trying to turn around and dodge, but... Okay, so that wasn't worth it. I was hoping for runes. Alright. Now we should at least be able to do the fun part. There you are. I thought it was the one farther away for some reason. hang on. Okay, so in a minute here I am going to do damage without a tool. Just understand that the purpose of the purpose of this is not the damage. We're doing a skip. Okay, I messed up. I backed off too far. I shouldn't have been targeting yet. Is it sad that last time I tried this skip, I got it first try? And now this is happening? Messed up. So the goal is to parry him while we're very close to the edge. Again, I've done this one before. Oh, dang it. Come on! There we go. Nice. And we're just going to pretend that that was all done with tools. Because the next section of the Halig tree is pretty annoying, and I don't want to do it. Even if I probably should, because there are at least a couple of really high-value runes that I could pick up along the way. In fact, you know what? I'm going to sprint through and get a couple of high-value runes. That wasn't what I was trying to do. And here's the high-value rune that we're going for. Oh, I thought that was a rune. That was a waste of time. Could have sworn that was a valuable rune, but I guess my brain would kind of categorize this. Would kind of categorize an ancient dragon smithing stone similar to a high-value rune. Ah, well. Anyway. We are going to go and try a fairly difficult boss. But she only has like 20% holy resist, I think. She actually has much higher magic resist. So our general goal here is to try to figure out where we can get openings for Omen Bairn. Dang it. I got stuck in the animation too long. Okay, but it's really nice to see a boss's health go down somewhat quickly when we just spent so much time fighting Fire Giant. I imagine people have tried pretty hard to find a way to skip past the fog gate here to potentially cheese her the same way. Dang it. The thing is, if we can get her to phase 2, that move that she just killed me with would actually be a really great opening for using Regal Omen Bairn, because she misses you on her first 2 swings with it if you crouch, and Regal Omen Bairn puts us at a similar height that crouching does. You may have noticed that at one point during one of her melee attacks, during that first phase, we Regal Omen Bairned under her swing. It's the same thing there. Dang it. I need more flasks in... I need more flasks in red. Oh, I could do with like half as many flasks in blue, but I need more quick heals. The nice thing is that the initial shockwave can get her out of that animation. The worst part of Regal Omen Bairn, apart from the FP cost, might just be the fact that it obscures like the entire screen. Dang it, I need to dodge into that. I panic rolled because I couldn't see the screen. Oh my. I love the way they fly off when they realize I've despawned. the crap? She loves to spam. I think that spell is Glintstone Stars, and she absolutely loves to spam it. What annoys me more is that I don't think I've ever learned it on my main character, who probably could learn it. Because, well, I've never invested all that hard in... I haven't invested that hard in int, and also I don't know if I ever found the spell. Oh, I keep forgetting to use the spell that I got for this, for literally this fight. What? What the crap? Okay. Now we're going to go and learn the one spell that I picked up exclusively for this fight, and literally nothing else, that I somehow forgot to equip for this fight. Remember when we went looking for that invisible scarab? Yeah, so Golden Barrier greatly increases magic damage negation. We should be able to tank her spells like nothing. Like they're nothing. Like they're not even there. Hang on. I want to check something. Nah, I was thinking about swapping out one of my physics slots so that I could cast Blessing of the Erd Tree, but I don't think it's that worth it when we would have to swap either the extra damage from our holy physic or the damage negation from Opaline Bubble tier, or whichever Opal tier we have. Maybe it's Opaline Hard tier, I can never remember. Would you figure out what you're trying to do? Oh, come on. I got greedy. That was my own fault. But Barrier of Gold was definitely putting in work. Okay, I think I'll save Barrier of Gold for... wait, hang on. I'm not using magic damage, so I can switch to the Preceptor's Big Hat to squeeze out a little bit of extra mind. And there is a reason for that. In the first cycle, we were just shy of being able to use Regal Omen Bairn twice, so I figure with this we should be able to. Obviously I haven't calculated it out, but I mean, it gives us an excuse to wear Tim Allen's big hat, so Why not? Jeez. I got close once and now I'm not fighting intelligently. Wonder if there will be horse armor in the DLC. That would be interesting. Be a bit of a meme, but it would be interesting. And that should give us a good number of runes. 240,000. Nice. So yeah, by default, Loretta gives 200,000 runes. I had more than one reason to want to come here. Like, I did want to get to the Halig Tree, and you have to beat Loretta in order to get to the Halig Tree. As far as I know, there isn't even a skip for it. But oh, do I have 30,000 runes worth of golden runes? Oh, I probably do if I've got that. So let's see, that leaves me 3,700 or so off. I wonder. Nah, I won't try and do it by... Well, I mean, you know what? Yes, I will try and do it by killing enemies. It feels like a waste when I'm in an area where enemies frequently give more than that. To not just kill an enemy or two real quick to get the runes. Come to think of it, hang on, let me show you where I learned to farm runes in my first playthrough. That's the Lake of Rot over here. And it's not what you think. It's not the Albinaurix. You see that bird over there? Well, if you have an option that is long enough range to reach the bird, it will just run off the cliff. There's 11,000 runes. So yeah, longbows, Loretta's great bow was my preferred option. Which is the one that we got from the Loretta Shade in Caria Manor. All of those are good options for just getting that bird to be so mad that it kills itself. We should drop that spell now, since there's practically nothing left in the game that deals magic damage. Swap it for Flame Cleanse Me. And let's sort our chest real quick. So we've got a bunch of pretty useless spells. And by useless, I mean that we aren't allowed to use them in this playthrough. Technically, we can use Lucidity, we just won't. Because it's just pretty bad for PvE. Oh, wait. Didn't mean to put that away. Funnily enough, we'll keep that Black Knife armor around. It could potentially be useful. Oh, I didn't mean to... Ah. Can put that away, because there's no reason for us to ever equip it again. Potency of sorceries, arrows and bolts, not useful. Cool. So I think the conclusion that we can come to from this whole process is that the Regal Omen Bairn is clearly the most powerful tool by a good margin. It's just that it has some gaping flaws, like the fact that the last half of the game hates to let anyone use holy damage to any meaningful effect. Because while I complain about the FP consumption of the Regal Omen Bairn, all of them are pretty bad on the FP. I think the Omen Bairn and the Ancestral Infant's Head both take 25 FP. The Bell is not bad on FP. Fair is fair. Welcome to the stream, Lastborn. Don't mind me, I am kind of just ranting on the respective merits of the different tools. Hello. Oh, and welcome to the stream, Be Marching. Alright, let's see if I can remember how to get to this place that I'm trying to reach. I can't remember if it's this particular room with the stone sword key or another one. Either way, I should probably get close and then quit out to clear the enemies. Okay, so a bunch of the enemies will now just be facing the other direction and not even bother to notice that I'm here. So it was not that chest, which means it's one farther down. I better have the stone sword keys for this. I've picked up a few today, so I should. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Lastborn. Though I assure you, I have been hydrating. Ah, it's that one. Dang it. That guy just sometimes spots you from a mile away. It's so annoying. Okay, I'm going to double check what the website says for... So, end of the walkway, jump down... Okay, yeah, so I was on the right track. So yeah, that one dude does kind of just stab himself if you... go anywhere near him, really. Oh, my phone is buzzing. Okay, we'll need to wrap up pretty soon. I would say that fighting Loretta was honestly a pretty decent way to round this off. We'll do a quick quit out. It's perfectly safe here, from what I recall anyway. As long as we can stay out of sight of the Erdtree avatar there, we shouldn't have too much trouble. So yeah, heal spells two-shot Royal Revenants. Which is nice because they are some of the most annoying enemies in the entire game. Like, there are very few that can keep up. It's like, lobsters are worse. Rune bears not quite as bad. Wolfback archers, roughly the same. But Wolfback archers get bonus points for... Oh, by the way, we just picked up the item that we came here for. So now we can swap Marika's Scar Seal with Marika's Sore Seal, which gets our stats right where we kind of want them. In fact, you know what? Last thing that we'll do, we're going to go and undergo Rebirth, I think. Because now with those two, with that seal, we're pushing a bit past where I was gunning. You know what? We won't bother with Rebirth, actually. Not yet. But we can learn Blessing of the Erdtree thanks to that buff. And pretty soon, I imagine... Pretty soon, I imagine that we will be able to hit the endurance necessary to wear the whole Omen set if we feel the need to. But at the moment, we're doing alright. So, yeah, we were focusing on a lot of housekeeping stuff this time around. And while we didn't clear as much as we might have liked, I mean, we've gotten a lot of levels. We've cleared several powerful bosses. In fact, I'll figure out next time if we've got the runes to level up again. But yeah, we've picked up a lot of levels. We've cleared out a few bosses that we needed to. We've made it farther into Elfile, and we'll be able to pick up the couple of items that we want from there. Anytime we want, we can go to Farum Azula. Like, we've made good progress today, even if we only killed one major boss, Loretta. And besides, after that Fire Giant stream, I needed something slower. So yeah, thanks everyone for being here. I do appreciate it. Let's go stand next to our future mother-in-law. Mama, I am here. I don't know if I can give you grandchildren, though. Your daughter's kind of dead. Anyway, that's where we're going to leave off. Thanks everyone for being here. I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you next time. Later, folks. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 bye.